Test it with me. Y'all with me? Yo. Test it. Y'all with me? Yo. God bless me with the gift to cook and please the palate. In some cases, all it takes is shallots, white wine, and a strong love ballad. Not to mention mixed green salad. Toss with the red wine vinaigrette. Oh yes, I get respect. When it comes to this cooking game, just look me up. The Detroit News just hooked me up. Talking about the secret location. 2 months for a tasting. That's a legend in this making. Test it with me. Y'all with me? Yo. Test it. Y'all with me? Yo. Welcome everyone. I'm yours truly, Chef Anthony, aka Chefadelic. Today in the kitchen, we're going to be featuring a chicken marsala with morel mushrooms, sauteed onions, and garlic. And I picked up some nice Idaho potatoes, so I'm going to do like a chicken marsala, morel mushrooms. I got some organic spinach over here, and guess what? I'm going to show you guys how to pull this off and not take a whole bunch of time out your day. So let's get started. You notice over here I got my water boiling, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little salt to that. Just add a little salt to my water there. Okay. Now another trick that you can do, you can leave the potatoes. You can cut them with the skin on it, but you know I like to peel them a little bit and then cut them, and then you'll see how we'll make this happen. Keep in mind, this is really quick. You won't have to take a lot out of your day, pull this off. And if you want, you can pre-prep your potatoes a little bit ahead of time. You can have them all peeled and in the refrigerator. You know, this is a nice potato peeler. These are good. You can find these on the internet, and they works really fast. I don't like the old style silver ones. Sometimes you get caught up and you don't get a clean peel. But here, that's great. See, I'm flying through these potatoes pretty quick with this potato peeler. You know, all you want to do is just peel it on down. Now this can be for the average housewife, a bachelor, or who just like to eat. With fine dining, presentation is everything. So I kind of like want to cube things out and cube them out a little bit. Presentation. Cube that potato just like that. Or you don't have to cube them. You can do a rough cut, whatever you want to do. You can. I just like to make things look pretty. No, don't look good. You guys don't want to eat it. So perfectly square these off like that there. I'm almost done there. Notice my water is coming to a boil. So trim this, trim that. Okay, we're good. Now we're going to go down the middle here. Cut it. Cut them open. Right down the middle. Okay, now I want to do nice dice. Nice dice. And like I said, you can do wedges. It's totally up to you. But me personally, I'm in the square mode today. Tomorrow may be in the circle mode. Who knows? But there you have it. Nice little. I want to do nice little square dices there. you know, and then like I say, down the middle and half it again. There you have it. Now, guess what? How quick was that? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my potatoes. I'm going to put them in boiling water. Now think about this dish is all my potatoes are uniform. So I know my cooking time is probably going to be anywhere around 4 to 5 minutes. So what I want to do is I want to place these in that boiling water right there. Okay? Okay, while that's going, I'm going to get my pan ready for my chicken. You know, say that takes long. I got my chicken. I got some nice skinless, boneless chicken breast. What I want to do is I'm going to lay that down there. And this is just a little trick that I do. Come right here, I'll just take this off right there. I'll just take that off. And a trick you can do with all this is you want to save these scraps, these chicken scraps right here, because this is going to be your chicken stock. You can add a nice onion, celery, you know, a nice bouquet garni to that. Bring it to a boil, and there you have it. Now, consider I only have 5 minutes, and my potatoes will be coming to a boil real soon. What you want to do is you want to place a piece of saran wrap over the chicken. And this is one of the tricks that I use. And you want to pound it. This way, the chicken cooks really even inside the pan. And you guys just wait. I'm getting hungry already. I haven't even put the seasoning on it. Okay, so we're just gonna beat this down a little bit. Okay, we're gonna beat it down a little bit. Now the more you pound it, the less time it's gonna cook. And if you pound it pretty thin, like I'm gonna do, you won't have to go to the oven. This is all flat top. Okay, now there we have it. So now what I want to do is I want to grab my canola, go straight over the top. Canola, extra virgin, however you want to do it. It really doesn't matter. Keep in mind my potatoes are going. So now I want to, this is the special Chefadelic Booyah seasoning with the hickory smoke in there. We got a little jerk seasoning, fresh sea salt, and black pepper. Look at that, that looks beautiful there. Can't wait to bite into that chicken breast. Now here, one of the good things is you want a hot pan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little canola to my pan. I'm going to let that get hot. See how my potatoes are doing. Wow, those looking pretty good. I can feel in the strainer that they're still kind of hard, so I'm gonna go for a couple more minutes. Okay, this can get refrigerated. We'll make stock out of that for something down the road. Okay, we have our chicken breast. Now, here's the key. You want a nice hot pan. Really nice. Sometimes you're gonna wait. You don't want it to get in there and boil. You want a nice sear. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a nice sear on this chicken breast. You know, keep in mind, presentation is everything. So, and this is how you can test it. You can, oh yeah, that's music to my ears. You hear that sizzling? That's what we want. And we just placing the seasoning side down. Now be careful. You want to place it down and let the meat flap that way. A lot of people do this. They set it this way, and guess what? When you let the meat go, grease flaps all over you. So be careful. This is a very hot pan. Now I'm checking. Potatoes is looking good. They're almost there. Now, this is a pretty thick chicken breast. I'm going to hit it with a basic. I want everything to taste good, so I'm just going to hit just a little bit more seasoning on this side. You don't have to go heavy seasoning on the second side because, like I said, I fully seasoned it. Alright, so we're going to let that roll there. We got our chicken going. It's looking good. We'll let that go. Now we need to start our onions and our mushrooms. So here, I'll take a half an onion, and I'm going to julienne that. What makes the sauce, everybody? The mushrooms and the oven. I got a hot pan going on back here. Now occasionally you can take this and you might want to peek. And I'm going to take a peek here, see where I'm at. Look at that, that's a beautiful thing. This is a thick breast, so I'm going to give it a minute. Pour my potatoes out. We're almost there. Let go for a minute. I got a hot pan here. Now this is what I want to do. I want to add a little olive oil. It's pretty hot now. Then I want to add my onions. That's the sound you want to hear. You hear that? That's a beautiful thing. I'm going to add my onions to it. Okay. Potatoes with my tongue. Oh, they're pretty much there. So what I'm going to do is, they're not there all the way. I'm going to pull them out. And I'm going to let them sit for a minute. They're going to continue to cook. By the time I get ready to use them, they'll be ready to go. Let's check this chicken. Let's see how this is doing. Oh yes, that's a beautiful thing. I'm going to flip that over. We're going to let that ride out. Talk to me. That looks good or what? Well, I'm getting hungry. Okay. Once you put your onions in there, I'm gonna toss them up a little bit. Toss them around. Notice they're starting to brown up really good. I want them to get a little bit browner before I add my morel mushrooms to it. We'll put that in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my chicken up to the back here. And we're going to focus on getting this sauce. It's going to take a minute to get the sauce going. You can use Vidalia mushrooms. You can use shallots. It's totally up to you. You can use portobello mushrooms, creminis, oysters, buttons. It's totally up to you. But by this being gourmet, you know, Chef Anthony, we got to use the best of the best, which is morel mushrooms. You know about good eating. You know about these good mushrooms. What I want to do is, I have about, let's say a half onion. You guys taking notes at home. Got a half onion and possibly 2 cups of morel mushrooms. Look at that. That's beautiful there. I'm gonna drop them right down in there with those onions. That's a beautiful thing there. Okay. I want to toss them around also. Sometimes the pan will get a little bit dry on you. So you want to, I just splash a little oil. Then I'm going to let this ride out. Now, look at that. That's the back side of my chicken breast. You notice heavy seasoning on the front, light seasoning on the back, and this is a really huge chicken breast. So what I want to do is now is I can bring it over here, and then you can take your tongs and you can look in there and see that, wow, it's still raw. So what I'm going to do is turn my heat down, and then let them ride out for a minute. By the time my sauce ready, you'll see the trick that I'm going to do. Okay, so now high heat. You gotta have high heat to make this sauce. Now keep this in mind. We will be dealing with alcohol, so be very careful. This will steam up your house really good. But you know they say you can't take the heat, then get out the kitchen, right? So there we have it right there. Now, this is what I like to do. Chef Anthony's going to throw in, say 2 tablespoons of garlic in there. It's a beautiful thing. And then I like to hit my sauce 2 ways. You can either go with a regular cooking wine. I'm going to hit it with a little Moscato. How does that sound, guys? I'm going to do a little Moscato in there. And you see how that? Look at that. You want to steam up a little bit. If you guys can see my camera people's faces, I can hear their stomachs growling. It's just a beautiful thing. And then you know what? I want to add my Marsala to that. Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, once I add my Marsala, I want to do 8 ounces of chicken stock. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's make it 10. I really like the sauce. Alright, 10 ounces of chicken stock. Now what we want to do, double check my chicken breast once again. Oh, that's beautiful there. That's a beautiful thing. Now what I want to do, I'm going to throw that chicken breast right into that sauce right there. Right into that sauce. Right into that sauce there. Look at that. That's a beautiful thing right there. Now, keep in mind, this is all flavor. The pan is still hot. I got to do the dishes in my house, so I'm not trying to do a lot of dish work. So for the average cook, check this out. Same pan. I got flavor from the chicken. Right into the pan. And look at that. Look at that. I'm going to season those potatoes up. I'm going to re-season them. But there we have it. Turn that on full blast now. This time I'm going to come behind it and hit it with a little salt and pepper for the potatoes. It's 2 pans, 3 pans I got on the stove. We're not trying to make a big mess, and we're not trying to do that. And what you want to do, you just want to move it around and flip them over. Keep them even within the sauce, the liquid. That looks good. If you have fresh herbs, this is the time you can throw them right on in there. You can throw them fresh herbs right in there, and it's really, really, really a beautiful thing. Now, here I have a little garlic butter that I want to do. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to take a little bit of this garlic butter and put it in there. I have flavor. Now I want some brown. To brown it up a little bit. Okay, we have that going. Have our potatoes going. We're gonna let that cook. Everything's cooking at the same time, y'all. Keep in mind, this didn't take long to do. This is a really fast dish, and it's a wonderful dish. Like I said, you can do this with portobello mushrooms, cremini mushrooms. It's totally up to you. What I like to do when I'm in the kitchen, I like to utilize everything. All my pots, all my pans, and we're not really trying to mess the kitchen up. If I can do a complete meal with 2 or 3 pans, that's what I like to do. So when this starts getting a little bit reduced down just a little bit, then I'm going to add my cream. Now, the trick to this is I'm going to add heavy whipping cream. If you get organic cream, here's the trick. What you want to do is you want to thicken the sauce up before you add the heavy whipping cream. If you add the organic cream to it, it's not like the real thick cream. It will break on you, and then you don't want that. Yes, it would taste good, but it would look really unappealing, and we don't want that. But we got the good stuff. And keep in mind, we're not counting calories around here. We need all the weight we can get. So we got the super heavy fat whipping cream. And I'm just turning that. For that, I'm just turning the breast over. Keep in mind, I haven't put this chicken in the oven, but this chicken almost done, y'all. I knew that. So we're almost there. So now I want to pour my cream in. Heavy whipping cream. So I got my heavy whipping cream. I got a nice Moscato in there. I have Marsala wine. We have garlic, morel mushrooms. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this reduce real down to half. Now at this point, look at that. I'm gonna throw in some fresh thyme. Now, like I said, if you have fresh thyme or dry thyme, you can throw it in at this point and let it simmer. Let's go back to my potatoes here. Notice I put the butter in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade spots with this. I'm going to put that over there. Look at that there. Notice how that butter I put in there? Look at that. That's a beautiful thing there. That's a beautiful thing. So I have all the flavor from the chicken and my potatoes. And that's looking good. That's a beautiful thing. We'll let that ride out. And it's going to be at a high boil, you know. Let that ride out for a minute. Let's go back over here, get my presentation together. I'll wipe my cutting board down. Stay clean here. And I got another little added bonus I'll let you guys know once we start getting this little ordeal plated up here. It doesn't take long. I'm gonna... Oh, here's another thing. You can use the same recipe with veal. Veal cutlets, veal medallions. I don't know if I want to serve pork chops with the morel mushrooms, but you can do the same recipe, but you can use a Lorraine mushroom. Now look at that. That's a beautiful thing. Salt and pepper. Okay, I'm gonna toss that up, and you know what? These potatoes are done. My chicken is actually a couple minutes away. So watch what I'm about to do for you guys. You're gonna like this. Take a little napkin, place that down in a bowl, and then guess what? I put my potatoes off of there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So now I got my chicken, my potatoes, all in one pan, and guess what? We're still not done. Fresh organic spinach going in there. Look at that. Is that a beautiful thing? Put that spinach down right in there. That hot pan. How quick is that, everybody? 2 pans. What we're gonna do? I make up garlic butter and just put it in the refrigerator because it never knows when I'm going to be needing it. You know, I put garlic butter on my sandwiches, my bread, whatever. It's good to have, make it up ahead of time and place it in there. So we're just going to do a little, I got my garlic butter in there. We're going to do a little sea salt in there. and some fresh white pepper. And I'm going to saute that up just like that. That's looking really good there. I got all the flavors that I need. It doesn't take long to cook. Are y'all with me? You guys getting hungry yet? You don't have to overkill the spinach. It only takes a minute. That right there is a perfect, beautiful thing. So here's a trick, y'all. Leave that off to the corner like that. My potatoes have drained. I'm going to put those back in the pan. We took that grease away. Notice you see that? That's grease on that. I didn't want it really, really, really greasy. And what I'm going to do is, I'll keep it separate in the pan. You're probably asking why I'm keeping it separate in the pan. Because my chicken is not done and I want to make sure that everything stays hot. So, we're going to move this back. And then look at that. Is that beautiful or what? You see our sauce is coming together. Just a little bit more. One more time, and then we'll be ready to plate up. Let this go for a minute. Grab a spoon. Now here's another thing. At this point, you can always double check your seasoning. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little taste. Wow, it doesn't even need any seasoning. That's unbelievable, but that's what happens when you deal with Chef-adelic. You know, we cook by smell, not by taste. So we can smell all that goodness in the air. All right, I think we're ready to plate. We're ready to do our thing. So what we're going to do is, oh, that's beautiful. I don't want to rush this dish. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give my sauce a little bit more time. But what I can do, I can start plating up. Using the same paper towel, we're utilizing everything. My spinach. That spinach is awesome. And then with my potatoes, what I want to do is, just a little green in there. Doesn't look boring. So there we have it. I'm going to plate my diced potatoes on the side, or you guys can call them hash browns, fancy hash browns, or whatever you want to call them. That's totally up to you. And then my spinach. Keep in mind it's got a lot of juice in it, so I'll just pat that down a little bit. And here's another trick too. I have a ring mold. So we can put that in on a plate. You want to pat it just a little bit, take the juice out, and check that out. I'm going to stuff that ring mold. It's a beautiful thing. This is fine dining, everyone. Stuff that right in that ring mold there. Got fresh garlic and good stuff going on there. It's a beautiful thing. Now, moment has arrived. It's beautiful chicken breast with morel mushrooms. Wow. So, let's come over here. Here we have it. I'm going to take this breast here. I'm going to set it down. Look at that. Is that beautiful or what? I'll lay that down right there. I'll reserve the other one off to the side, but I'm going to bring this sauce up to a boil, and you're going to see. It's going to make a real beautiful dish. For all my bachelors at home, this will get the girl. Guaranteed. For all my women out there who's trying to find that guy, this will get him. Good eating always get him. Okay. I'm going to bring this up to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, I'm going to take my ladle. Look at that. And then I'm going to ladle this sauce right over that chicken breast. It's going to be great. Okay. And here we go. There you have it. Look at those fresh morels in there. I'm going to take this. I'm going to go right over the top there. Oh man, you can smell the mushrooms and the wine and the Marsala, and this is. And if you want, you can let your sauce get a little bit thicker, but you know, this is the consistency I like. A little. Oh man, that's a beautiful thing. Top of there. And then we have some Gruyere cheese, some Swiss Gruyere cheese. I'm just going to lightly let it fall down over there like that. Just a little bit. No overkill. Presentation is everything. And then I'm going to go behind it with some fresh parsley. Just to go over the top. Cut that off. Now how quick was that? And then take my ring mold. Voila. Fresh spinach. There you have it. Fresh spinach, diced potatoes, chicken Marsala with morel mushrooms, topped with parsley and Gruyere cheese. Bon appetit. Another Chef and Dog version. Enjoy.
One, two, three.
Keep it hot, baby, keep it hot.
Yo, chef.
Keep it hot, baby, keep it hot.
Yo, chef.
Keep it hot, baby, keep it hot.
Yo, chef.
Keep it hot, baby, keep it hot.
You know I keep it hot in the kitchen. At the same time, you want me to listen. I bought another cook, so-called dissing. Where he at? You see what you missing? Don't worry about him, worry about me. At the same time, count to 3. 1, 5 minutes of fame in your face. I can't explain it, it's like a chase.